Sup nerds? Welcome back to my channel. We're sitting in this spot here and we got our jar because we're doing something special today. I just love doing reading vlogs and so I really want to continue to do them, and I had this idea and I thought it'd be fun because I'm not struggling, but I really just want to get through my TBR like first, then read other books, but I'm not going back and forth on that. So here's the rest of my TBR. I think I chose 9 books and I think there's 7 here, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But today we are going to be doing TBR jar chooses what I read next. So usually we do a TBR jar for the month, like my monthly TBR, but I wanted to I think we're going to pull 4 prompts and we're going to pick 4 books. We're going to read them together. We're going to love it. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a good time. So that we can knock some books off my TBR for the month of January. If you guys like this video, I could definitely do it more often, but definitely let me know first if you guys like the TBR jar. If you guys like reading vlogs, if you guys like all the nerdy things, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose one of I'm gonna choose a prompt, obviously, and then I'm choose one of the books that are on the shelf here. If nothing matches the books on the shelf here, I am gonna choose a book from my Kindle Unlimited. So just because I don't want to mess with any future TBR videos, so I feel like those are good compromise, so that I'm either reading something on my TBR or something on my Kindle Unlimited, which I wouldn't necessarily choose for a monthly TBR video, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys know that, but for the most part I just don't choose Kindle Unlimited books for no reason specifically, but it just happens that way. So we are going to choose again 4 prompts. I have 20 prompts in here, so I want to use these up as soon as possible so I can refill it, do more with it and stuff like that. So I'm trying to use them up, and that also was what inspired this video, because I was like, how do I get rid of these faster? So I thought 4 was perfect, and then again I'll have 16 left, and then we'll choose 8 prompts in February, 8 prompts in March, and then we'll be empty. Let's jump in. I was like, anything to get my hands on more prompts. I will choose the prompt. Well, I'll choose a prompt, pick a book, then I'll do it like that. But I will choose all the prompts and books right now, just so that I can read them whenever I want, so that I don't necessarily feel like I have to read them in a specific order, or you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to choose all 4 now, if that makes sense. So let's pick prompt number 1. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. Kindle Unlimited book. That is so funny. But honestly, that works both ways. So again, a Kindle Unlimited book. I believe Flawless by Elsie Silver is actually a Kindle Unlimited book. Let me check. It'll go both ways. I could still pull a book off and read it on Kindle Unlimited. That is so funny. Next time, maybe I'll specify and write Kindle Unlimited book only, you only have it on Kindle Unlimited book, or both a Kindle Unlimited and paperback, you know what I mean? But for now, we're going to count it as both, I believe, if it is a Kindle Unlimited. I believe it is, though. Alright, so the first book we will be reading is Flawless by, well, I don't know if it'll be the first book we'll read, but the first book in this little thing we got going on is Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is both a paperback and a Kindle Unlimited book, so we are counting it. We're counting it, okay? We're counting it. Let's pick prompt number 2. Okay. It's upside down. A book with a great first sentence. That is so funny. A book with a great first sentence. That is hilarious. Okay. We're gonna look between these 2 because these 2 I really want to read. So we'll see. Okay, Red Rising says, the first thing you should know about me is I am my father's son. Okay. Let's read Killer Instinct, which says, the majority of children who are kidnapped and killed are dead within 3 hours of abduction. Okay, I think it's gonna have to be Killer Instinct, although it says with a great first sentence. I feel like great is definitely relative. Let's see one more. Let's try Arch Enemies. Adrian crouched on the rooftop, peering at the delivery entrance behind Gatlin City Hospital. Okay, yeah, definitely I think Killer Instinct has the one that has you hooked the most, because you're like, who's getting kidnapped? What do we need to know? What's the tea? So we're gonna go with Killer Instinct for a book with a great first sentence. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, I forgot these prompts, you know what I mean? I forget them until you read, you get most of them. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Ooh, this says newest book on TBR cart. I'm debating on cheating. Okay, no, actually my newest book on my TBR cart is Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. I was gonna pull, you see my Target bag, I got some surprise books in there. Do I want to read it anyway? I just said I wanted to read these books for my physical TBR. I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cheat because I've been thinking about this book non-stop, and I think that like once I read it, maybe I'll read something else. That is Never by Jessa Hastings. I just bought this and it is so gorgeous, and I really want to read it. Like I might just read it first. That's how badly I want to read it. So I feel like I'm gonna pick this one, and I know you guys are gonna be like, Marissa, you just said your TBR cart. I'm sorry. It was on it's new and I want to read it so bad. Look how beautiful it is. So stunning. So we're gonna choose that one. I'm sorry. Okay, one more. Everyone's gonna be like, you, this is your choice. You didn't have to do this video, and you did it, and now you're gonna break the rules. I'm sorry. Okay, last prompt. Oh, a book out of your comfort zone. That's actually a good one. Okay, let's see. Oh, definitely. That's easy. Daisy Jones and the Six, by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think this is like, I don't know what this is called. A fiction book? Is it fiction? I don't know if it's fiction or a real true story. I don't know, but she has a lot of books. I've never read anything like this, so I feel like it's definitely a book out of my comfort zone. It's not like a romance or like a fantasy or anything I read, so it's definitely out of my comfort zone. But yes, we're gonna have to, I think I might have to buy that on audio, as an audiobook, so we'll have to see. So this is a book out of my comfort zone. Again, we're just gonna refresh. I will talk about these books a lot, obviously, but just in case you don't want to watch the whole video, first we have Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is a Kindle Unlimited book. Then we have Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a book with a great first sentence. And then we have Never by Jessa Hastings. This is the newest book on my cart. And then we have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is a book out of my comfort zone. I feel like this is a pretty awesome stack. I will let you know if I end up reading Arch Enemies. The hope is to read all of those still. And it's still pretty early in the month. So we have some time to read these, read something else. You know, it'll be fine, okay? So I'm gonna read these and I will keep you guys updated. You're gonna get updated. You're gonna come along for the journey, right? Literally my tripod's already set up here, so I just keep filming over here. But honestly, I literally do read in this chair for hours and hours. So last night I literally got to page 210 of this book, Never by Jessa Hastings, and that's over halfway. I was reading this book. I thought it was just so entertaining in a way. I'm excited to see how the end goes. Genuinely, I feel like the end could make or break this book, because I don't think the beginning's bad. And I didn't accidentally, I was clicking on this book to add like, oh, I read it in my I started reading it in my Goodreads, and I had seen that it only has like 3-point-something ratings on Goodreads. I'm like, what don't people like? Because I feel like all books that kind of make Hook the hero in a sense, or like make Hook get the girl, for the most part, Peter Pan is just ends up being like really bad, like bad or worse off. And so I kind of like this twist on it because Peter Pan, when he was younger, obviously then all the things he says and stuff is kind of, they're cuter and you're kind of like, oh, like you don't know what you're saying. Now that he's older, you're like, okay, no, like that was rude and don't say that to me. And so I feel like I enjoy this kind of shift in him because it makes sense. Like it feels like an extended version of Peter Pan, an adult version of Peter Pan in a way. I'm excited to see like what's the cause of everything and then how do we fix it. I'm excited to see who's if like how the ending's gonna go because there are a couple options I feel like. So I'm really enjoying this book. I really like the writing too because I feel like it's very quick, fast paced, but very like entrancing. Is that the word? Where you're like mesmerized. Still love the cover. Do I think that this is gonna be like, right now, if I had to rate it right now, I'd probably give it like 3.5, 4 stars. Obviously that's not including the ending. I don't know that it will be a 5-star read, and again, just because first of all it's YA, but also because it's nothing new or like, oh my gosh. But I do have to say, like, I'm really enjoying it. And so I would probably recommend it either way for sure. And so I guess we'll see. I'm enjoying this a lot. I don't think it's going to be like this life-changing book in my life, but I'm enjoying this a lot. So I'm going to read it today on my break at work. And so it's genuinely while the kids take a nap, but I'm gonna read it today, hopefully finish it by tonight, and then we could start another book as well. I was not gonna read it. I was like, I'm gonna watch Love Island. Well, I'm glad I read it. Really quick, I just wanted to tell you that I finished Never, and I've never, that's not true. There's only 2 other books in my life that I've ever been this mad at, and both of them are not in my collection anymore because I got that mad at them. The one I returned, the other one I sold for like probably like 50 cents at Secondhand Charles. So there's that. 2 books. 2 authors that I will not buy from ever again. Now 3. Okay, she's negotiable. But I freaking finished this book, and I think the ending was so stupid that like genuinely it makes me bad because I never want to support someone who ends a book like that. It's not enjoyable, it's not entertaining, it's not fun, and for me personally, I feel like it's a cash grab. She was using her name so you guys could everyone could buy this book, which everyone did, because everyone knew, oh, she writes Magnolia Parks, we love Magnolia Parks. This is chaos. And so I feel like it also is an even bigger cash grab because it makes you want to read the next book. And I'm like, right now, I'm so upset that I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not going to read the next book. I don't want any part of this chaos, this toxicity. I don't want it. I don't want any kind of this negativity in my life. I've read a lot of books. I've read a lot of dark romances. I've read a lot of books where, like, you know, the bad guy gets the girl and the bad guy kind of is morally gray. Like, those kind of things. I've read those books. I don't mind them. You know what I mean? But this one, what bothers me the most is that, like, first of all, the main girl, she goes back to Peter Pan, and Peter Pan is horrible. And so I'm like, she keeps saying, like, oh yeah, it's fine, because he just doesn't know, like, no one's taught him and all this stuff. And I'm like, did you just tell a bunch of young girls that it's okay that, you know, someone could call you stupid, not remember your name and all this stuff because, you know, they might not know and no one might have taught them? Is that okay to me? And the reason why I feel so strongly about it is because this is the story of Peter Pan. It is a kid's story, so it's not just like any Joe Schmo story. It was also not presented as like a darker romance or anything like that. It was presented as YA. If you look it up, that's what it says. So it doesn't. There's no warnings on here. There's nothing that says like if you beware, basically, you know what I mean? Like, you have to read it and find out that the ending is trash. And I honestly want to so badly, if I knew the legal part of it, I probably would rewrite this entire book and change the ending because it's just unacceptable. And so I'm floored. I give it 2 stars. I don't even want to give it 2 stars. I was gonna give it no stars, honestly, and tell you guys, because I really don't recommend it. I do have to give her credit. Her writing style is nice. Like, it's a very easy to read writing style, and I feel like like the way she, someone else said this, like the way she builds the world is actually great. Like, not gonna lie, you get it pretty quickly. You can picture it very easily. You want to go there, so that's awesome. But I just feel like it gives me bad vibes that she decided to like end it like that. And so I'm like, what were you thinking? Because there's nothing good out of what you just did. And so I'm like, because it's like, even if you were sitting here trying to be unique or something like that, your book has probably one of the lowest rated books I've seen on Goodreads. New book, I should say. Like, that's bad. And so I'm like, obviously people are not liking it. So what was your thought process? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm so disappointed, and I am just really mad about it. I feel like the only way I could see like I'm okay with this, well, first of all, that boy, I think his name is like Ryle or something like that, like, who kind of probably secretly likes Daphne. I don't know if she's gonna end up with him and just ditch Hook and Pan, but I'm like, then why like use the story of Peter Pan? You could have just made any story so that you weren't like throwing us around between Peter Pan, Hook, and then this other boy. It was stupid. So it's chaos, and I don't recommend it. I really don't think you should read it. I was so mad. I was like, I'm about to like, I was gonna protest reading for a while. I was like, I'm gonna go on a what is that word? An intentional reading slump. Put myself in an intentional reading slump because I was so mad about this book. Like, so floored that I don't even want to think about it. So I'm done with it, and I haven't returned it. I didn't return it or sell it yet because this cover is literally stunning. But I'm like, honestly, every time I look at this book, I just get annoyed. So it's fine. That's what gives you the other star. The 1 star is her writing, and then the 2nd star is how gorgeous and how flimsy this book is. It's a good feeling book, but just don't read it. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it on your shelf and imagine, because it's not good. Anyway, I don't know what book I'm going to start yet next, so I'll let you guys know. I brought the Inheritance Games one. I'm sorry, the Naturals book with me, but I haven't read it yet, so we'll see. Hello guys, real quick, I know this lighting is rough, but I'm actually going on a trip with my family. So we're going for like a 7-hour drive. It's gonna be a long one, but I figured I can actually read, listen to, and probably finish Daisy Jones and the Six on the way there. And I'm bringing another book on the way back. It won't be one from this video because I like talking to you guys and updating you guys, so I won't be able to say that much about it, obviously, like when I'm driving and stuff, but I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna get it as an audiobook, and then we're gonna listen to it the entire drive, hopefully. Honestly, I listened to a sample and it sounds kind of interesting, so I'm interested to see like what the tea is. And it's not a long audiobook. I believe it was like 9 hours, the audiobook, so I usually listen to it on 2 times speed, so whatever math is, I should be done before the trip ends. So I won't be able to talk too much, but I definitely will come back to give you my final thoughts if I finish it, and just to kind of let you know what I was thinking. I've never read anything like this, hence the prompt, a book out of your comfort zone. So I'm excited to see if I like this style because, what is her name? Taylor Jenkins Reid does a lot of these, and I definitely want to read like the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Carrie Soto's back is interesting too, so we'll see, but I just wanted to give you a little update. Hello guys, so I mentioned listening to Daisy Jones and the Six this past weekend while I was on a trip. I did that, finished it. Y'all, this book, y'all didn't tell me. You didn't tell me how incredible this book was. Like, literally, I want to reread it. That's saying a lot. No, I don't want to reread it. I want there to be a second book. I want to know more, even though it kind of ends. Like, I wanted more. If you guys have not listened to the audiobook, literally it was so great because all the characters had like different voices. Like, you could tell their character from the way that they spoke. I loved it. I've been listening, so you can, since they made it a TV show, I believe you can get the songs on Apple Music. I've listened to like one or two of the songs, but like they're so, you just feel this book entirely, and I'm like, how did Taylor Jenkins Reid do this? How? 5 freaking stars. I think this is my first 5-star book of the year, and honestly, I am so happy that I read this. I was so, at first I was like, ugh. But then when I got into it, y'all, I got into it. I did not want to stop. Could not be stopped. I literally was like, I need to know more. We literally pulled into the hotel while it was ending, and I was like, oh, thank God. Perfect. I was going to listen to another book on the way back, but I just didn't. And that's obviously totally fine. I honestly was scared about this book, mostly too because you guys love Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, and I hated that book. So I was like, what does it have to say? And not that these are the same book, but they're more similar than the other genres that I read. I think these are both just technically fiction, and normally I read like romance or fantasy, and so these are obviously the most similar, and I was scared, but honestly y'all came through with this one. This book is so good, and I'm so glad that I read a book out of my comfort zone. I honestly really would like to read, you know, definitely more from Taylor Jenkins Reid, but if you guys know more books like this one, I would definitely read it. Like, I don't think I have not one complaint. I just felt like what the heck was I gonna say? The story was so creative, but you're so invested. You like love you loved each and every character. Everything that was built was so good. But if you don't know, it's not necessarily like they're not going through, it's hard to explain. It's literally like the characters are the characters. Yeah, the people in the band are being basically interviewed. And so everyone is being interviewed, and so you get to hear them recounting the story, but it's literally like an interview. So like you hear one person say, it was so funny because sometimes one person will say like, oh, he said this, and the other person will be like, I definitely didn't say that. And so it was like, it was fun. It was a good time. So I love this book. I thought it was so great, and I'm definitely excited to read more from Taylor Jenkins Reid. 5 freaking stars. If you have not read this, you need to read this. It's honestly, it will rock your world, especially if you don't like just fiction. Honestly, I think you would love this, especially if you like bands. I don't know, like, have you watched like Selena, like, you know, all those like band kind of movies? What is it called? But like, if you like knowing about them, which I love, it's not something I seek out, but every time I watch them, I love it. So you would love this. And I want to watch the TV series, but I kind of want to see if my family watches it with me, because I thought it was just so good, and I feel like they would really like it. But anyway, what the heck was I gonna say? I don't know, but I also don't know if I want to watch the series because the book was so good, and I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, what was I? Oh, I was gonna say, so I'm praying for a snow day tomorrow, so I think we should start Killer Instinct tonight and just kind of finish this, bang it out in a day or two, hopefully. These are really fast reads. I almost bought this as an audiobook as well, but I didn't want to read 2 audiobooks, so then I couldn't update you guys through, so I just read this one. I'm so glad I did. I will say that forever. I'm so glad that I listened to this, but so good. Anyway, so I think we're gonna start this one. This one is a book with a great first sentence. Sure, we're gonna start Killer Instinct. I don't even know if I told you I started Flawless by Elsie Silver. The one day I just like read like the first chapter. I have no idea if I update you guys about that, and I'm excited about it, but I just don't want to read it right now because I really want something really quick paced. And I know like with romances sometimes like I really don't know if it's gonna be enemies to lovers. I'm just not in the mood for the enemies right now. Just be lovers and make me happy, but no. So I think we're gonna, so I just paused on that, but I definitely will read that in this video. I'm trying to, girls, guys, everybody, book lovers, I literally have 7 books. Wait, is it 7 now? Now it's 6. 6 books to read that are on my TBR out of 9. I gotta pick it up. Hello guys, we're back in my chair because literally this is where I live sometimes, especially like today's a snow day. It's giving cozy, and number one, number two, like on the weekends I literally live in this chair, so I'm sorry that we're not switching up the scenery, but it's fine. So I'm literally halfway in this book, Killer Instinct. I am like obsessed. Like I'm definitely gonna finish this today because I'm in this. I love these books so much. I think that the characters are just so interesting, but to me they're not childish, and that's what I think I like the most, is that sometimes YAs, like the kids will be like 16, 17, and y'all, they act like 15, 14. Or maybe it's that they act 16, 17 and these kids just act a little bit more mature. That could also be it, because they've gone through so much in their, you know, childhood. So it's probably that these kids act really mature, and I appreciate that, because I don't really want to read kids, you know, being stupid. And so I really am enjoying this one. I don't know if I necessarily like it more than the first one. I genuinely feel like this is a good second book though to the first one. I do think like it was kind of redundant, I guess, that the first book was like that both of the books are about killers that are close to some of the characters, and so I'm like, but it's like honestly it's entertaining and I'm enjoying it, so like why knock it, you know what I mean? Definitely could be like 4.5 star. I do think like the second half could make or break it for sure, just because we got something really good built and so I don't know where it's gonna go. I also normally, again, like love triangles are not something that like, I don't really like them, I don't appreciate them, and I find it annoying when you don't know how to feel, because you don't know what the end result is going to be, so you don't know like who to choose or whatever. But honestly, I don't mind this one because there's a little bit of focus on it, but it's not too harped on where like, okay, decide already, number one. Number two, both of the boys in this are just very like, they're doing their own thing, you know, very chill. So like, you know that it's not like literally, I guess it is a triangle, but so it's like, it's giving obviously love triangle, but it's not like a soap opera, like it's not drama, it's not like that. So I appreciate that, because again, I don't really love the idea of a triangle, or like love books with triangles in them, but like this one is really doing it for me. So I'm gonna probably finish this, update you guys by today. I don't know what I want to do with Flawless. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to read it in this before this video goes up on my channel. And so I know you guys would hate me if I don't read it, but I'm like, I will definitely update you even if I don't read it. So you'll see it on my channel sometimes, at some point, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, maybe you guys will hate me. Maybe I'll read as much as I can before this video goes up, and then I'll give you my opinion there, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it. But look at my reading cart, my TBR is dwindling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 books there, but this one book I'm probably not going to read, because From Your Head to Your Heart, well, not me giving like a whole, all the juicy tea. Anyway, I might not read that one, because I have one that I was reading from last month that I was supposed to read last month, so this one I probably won't get to. So 4 books. Not bad. Not bad. Hello. Literally same shirt, same spot. I literally have been reading all day today. Again, I think I mentioned this, but today was a snow day, and so I really took advantage and finished Killer Instinct. I honestly so badly want to read the next one. That's exactly how I felt after reading the first one as well, because they're honestly just so good. And I don't even remember what I gave the first one, but there's no reason not to give it 5 stars. It's literally incredible. Is it like this? Like, no, that's not even true, because I've never read anything like this. So it is pretty unique to like what I normally read and that kind of stuff. I just feel like it's literally Criminal Minds, but make it YA. And so I love it. I think it's so perfect. Like, usually people will use other stuff to like describe it, or like it's a similar vibe, but like there's a lot of differences. No, it's Criminal Minds, but with kids, and I love it. I love it. What the heck was I gonna say? I just love the characters, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I I knew it, but I knew it in a positive way. Like, I suspected, I should say, what was gonna happen, and I'm glad that it happened because I was like, oh yeah, I knew. I was like, call me a professional. I was like, should I start taking criminal justice classes? Because I knew. Should I become I was gonna say inspector, whatever it's called. Do I need to do that? Because this was so interesting, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, and then you can't stop reading. That's the thing. Like, if you start one of these books, I don't know how you ever stop and then like read something else or like go on with your day. No, like, I have to read these all in the row. Like, that's the thing. If I start the third one, I probably will have to finish it tonight, and that'll keep me up all night. And so, I don't know. I really want to I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I just have to give it 5 stars. I want to read The Inheritance Games too so bad. Anyway, I will let you know about Flawless. I don't know what I'm going to do now, but we'll see. So I'll keep you updated about Flawless. Okay?
Hello, guys. So I made some decisions. Okay? Now I'm laying on my bed. I decided that technically speaking, the prompt that needs to be fulfilled, still, that I have not fulfilled, is reading a Kindle Unlimited book. So, as I'm sure you guys have heard, if this is your first video, hi, it's nice to meet you. But for this year, 2024, I want this lighting to not be horrible. For this year, 2024, I really want to read more like of what I want to read, and not necessarily keep myself to like hold myself to like I have to read this, like blah 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 blah. And so I've been trying to choose less for my TBR and like just different things. I'm just trying to read what I really genuinely want to read, not forcing myself because I feel like I have to make good content, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm making the executive decision that in this video I will not be reading Flawless. I will read a different Kindle Unlimited book. I have a few, which I'll show you in a second, that I have one I think I want to read. And so I'll show you that one. And then, I'll let you know. I will probably read Flawless in another video. When I read it, I promise to put it in a reading vlog. Because I know you guys love that book. And so I feel like it would be a good one to like vlog my feelings throughout the book. I will definitely put it in a reading vlog at some point. It just won't be right now, I don't think. So, well, definitely won't be right now. So, stay tuned, subscribe. I don't mean to be that kind of person. I swear I didn't plan this going into this video. I would have just chosen another book if I knew I wasn't in the mood for it. But I'm not in the mood for it, and I want to give that book 100%. Like, I want to give that book all the chance it can get because I know how much people love it. So I'm like, I know it's going to be good when I read it, so I have to wait until I'm in the mood to read it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you the Kindle Unlimited book that I think we're going to pick. Oh my gosh. This book is called Lethal Vows by T.L. Smith. I don't know what to expect. I think I genuinely saw oh my gosh, wait. Oh my gosh, I might have seen that quote, but I definitely saw a quote about this book, and so it really made me want to read it, so I downloaded it, and so it's only 300 pages, so I was like, that'll be a quick read. I can finish it probably before the end of the night, and then I can, what the heck is it? I can get this video up, edit it, and upload it on time. You want to see something weird? Is this like, what is this called? Inception? That's the video I'm filming. But this will be in the video that I'm editing. Sorry, this is the video I'm editing, which is this video that I'm filming, which is the video you're watching. All right, I gotta go. Bye-bye. Hello. I'm halfway through. Hold on, I don't remember the name of this book. I am halfway through. I want to call it Ruthless Vows. Lethal Vows. Lethal Vows. Halfway, page 150, chapter 29. This is exactly what I feel like I needed. Something quick-paced, but that was very entertaining. If you guys don't know, this is actually a mafia romance. Yeah. And so he is just so funny, the main guy. His name is, what is his name? Crew? I don't know why his name is Crew. Not gonna lie. Crue. So I don't know if I'm dumb. Or maybe that's like an Italian name. I don't know. But it's not giving, his name's not giving what I want it to give for the way he's acting, because he is so cute. He's so funny. So basically, when they were kids, the two main characters, when they were kids, like 16, he was like, oh, well, we're gonna get married. And then, so I guess her dad had said, like, agreed to it or something like that. So now we are, like, 14 years later or something like that. And he's like, I'm coming to, like, collect. And she's like, I'm not marrying you. And he's like, well, you are. So he's basically trying to get her to marry him, and she don't want that kind of negativity in her life. So it's a very fun seeing this dynamic. It's a fun time. Open door, spicy vibes. It is what it is, but it's actually a really fun time. And so I definitely will finish it soon, and I will update you at the end. But I'm enjoying this. I'm really glad that we went with this decision. Not we making that decision. We did this, you know? Hello. We're going to finish and we're going to close this video here. Just a quick recap. First, we read Never by Jessa Hastings. I gave this book 2 stars, and I honestly never want to look at it again. Actually, I want to stare at it all the time. I never want to think about it again, though, like the inside of it. I will look at the cover lots and lots of time, and I will make up what this story is about. I will pretend I did not read it. Then we read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love this book so much. Even I was editing this video, starting to edit it, and I was kind of like, yo, this book is so good. Like, it was just incredible. So for Never, that was the prompt. A book, the newest book on my TBR cart. Taylor Jenkins Reid was a book out of my comfort zone. Wow, Daisy Jones and the Six. And then we had Killer Instinct. This is a book with a great first title. First sentence. I read this, loved it, 5 stars as well. Obsessed. Oh my gosh. And then last but not least, last night I did start and finish Lethal Vows. Which is a book on Kindle Unlimited. I did a little bit of a swapsy, so sorry if your hopes were up. I think I'm giving this book like 3.5 stars. It's not, it's kind of supposed to be enemies to lovers, but it's like 90% enemies, 10% lovers at the end, and you're like, why did we just go through this whole journey like this? Like, how did you end up loving each other? Because genuinely you don't like each other, because you just hated each other. So like deep. There was never like the, oh wait, that was actually kind of cute. You know, there were very few, or they were very minute. Like, I don't even want to give an example. It's just like very small, and so you're like, I still can't tell if that's a like, or you're just trying to like, I don't even know, like just like appease each other. Like, you're just trying to be like, okay, here you go, there you go, like settle down. You know what I mean? Placate, I think that's the word. But anyway, so it was just a little bit weird, but like it was still entertaining. It's a short book, like it's like it gives you what you want basically, and so it's like, you know, can you be mad at it? No. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But it was a little bit too enemies for my liking, you know what I mean? Okay, so that was everything. That's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerds.